Let's talk about lighting talks today. I can plug my laptop super quickly. Today. Sorry, stupid question. Who here wasn't here? Okay, so I'll explain very quickly what's the gig. We're going to play a little bit together. I need a cable which is not connected. I don't know. And I need to close this. I'm going to be super quick. Work. There you go. So we are Lighting Talks EuroSciPy Day 2. For those of you who are not here, we're having a little bit of fun. And the real point is having fun, be nice, chaotic neutral way, and be free if you don't want to play. That's very fine. And in the chaotic neutral today, talks are going to be 4 minutes long. So you know that. So I'm not going to spend any more time here. We're going to play similar to yesterday, but in a different way. So this time, first of all, I want to announce my partner on stage. And we have the witch. The audio is not working. You forgot about it. There's a public shame on you, because you forgot about it.
Just a second.
Technology, eh?
Okay. Actually, it should be fine.
Okay, shall we go again?
And this isn't mine.
You should switch the other.
Ah, you want the gimmick. All right. So should I switch the sound to HDMI? Makes sense. You're right. Sorry, folks. Shall we try again? Can we have a witch on the stage, please? Thank you very much. And just to be clear, that's a false one. So I'm gonna tell you what are the rules for today. So daily specials. We're going to use that very big die to play the game, and the outcomes of today, if you want to play, are first, magic words. I'm not going to tell you what that means. Just keep in mind. If you roll a number 2, swimming in the Rhine River. It's not what you think, by the way. We're not asking you to go swimming. Unless you want to, but that's a different thing. 3, to auto handle, that's a throwback. Yesterday we had oven gloves, we're going to use it today, if you roll a 3. If you roll a 4, the ointment, that's going to be fun. Please roll a 4, that's super fun. 5, near mint. 6, let us know your favorite puzzle. So these are the outcomes. We'll probably discover together what that means. And can I have on stage Alex, please, for the first talk, and then we announce the second one. Thank you, Witch, for forgetting the only thing you have to remember about, which is this one. Okay, so you wanted the props. Go ahead.
Yes.
And I will also be on stage with Alex. So I'm subject to my own very... Yes, please.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. No, actually...
It's a 3.
It's a 3. What the... It's too hot to handle, so you have to... It means Alex is going to use it. That's a very cute nose, by the way. You have to roll again, because he's going to use it.
I used it. Okay. Okay, are we... Okay.
It's a 4.
It's the ointment. Okay, so every time I have to switch slide... Nice. Okay, go ahead. Take it away.
Are we good? Okay.
No, we need to pick the next one in. Pick any name. Oh, nice. So please come up on stage. Joris, pandas column expression. You ready? Here. Fantastic. Good.
All right, we're good to go. So I'm want to tell you a little bit about conference food. And who likes barbecue? Hands up. Yeah, who likes barbecue? Yes. Okay, so I want to announce the big PyData barbecue, and as you know, like PyData is run by NumFocus, and NumFocus is located in Austin, Texas. So you probably would assume the big PyData barbecue is happening in Austin, Texas, because Texas is really famous for barbecue, isn't it? So the PyData barbecue is actually happening here. Who knows the city? It's actually in Southwest Germany. It's Heidelberg. So I would like to announce the big PyData barbecue in Heidelberg. It's next month, 1st of September. It's like a meetup for 150, 200 people. I'm really happy to welcome Ines Montani from Spacey and Alessandro from the AI Institute and Zalando here. And now it's, who likes stop waffles?
It's your thing.
Oh, it's my thing. Okay. Who likes stop waffles? Hands up. Nobody. Yeah. Okay. PyData Amsterdam is coming in September, so tickets are still available. And who likes basil? Woo! Okay.
Oh, that's EuroSciPy anyway.
Yeah, you made it. Yeah. So it's EuroSciPy and basil. You made it. So who likes fish and chips? Woo! Yeah. So PyData London is coming next year in June, like at a new location. Who likes Döner?
Ooh. What that could be.
But that could be. Yeah, I'm happy to announce PyCon-D and PyData Berlin 2024 in April.
Tuna.
Yeah.
In April.
Yes, it's in April. And now, who likes pizza?
Well, that could be now. Well, this is a genuine Italian pizza, by the way, so you're probably getting what I'm going to. This is a less genuine Italian pizza, so please don't do any of that. So if you want to join us in PyCon Italy, we have dates already. It's going to be on May next year, last week of May. To be precise, it's actually in Florence, 22nd to 25th of May, 2024. And in case you're wondering, what is the face of an Italian looking at a pineapple pizza, these are a few examples. And the last thing I need to say is, who likes spam?
Nobody does.
No. That's it, thank you.
Thank you.
So we remember that. Oh yes, the timer. Yes. So you have...
Yours.
Yours.
Do you want to play?
Nice. It's a 6. Let us know your favorite basil. Meaning, you have to use 3 vegetable words in your presentation. I'm going to give you time. You have 4 minutes. Take it away.
That's not what I want to show. Okay, so maybe first question, who uses pandas? Who uses lambdas in their pipelines? Quite some people. So we had a sprint last week with some pandas developers. And one quick hack that I was trying out is related to that. So context, you have a small data frame. I created a small data frame here. There are no carrots in it, for example, you use the assign method to add a column, and you can do something like this. But here I refer to one of my columns, so I have to take the div of 2 columns. Yeah, this works, but assume that this is actually in a full method chaining pipeline, and I had another method before it, like this way. This case still works, but I'm actually here doing a full computation and then aligning pandas alignment on the index, and that seems to work, but it's actually not necessarily doing what you want. Certainly not if you would have another method, like for example this one, me show it like this. Here I'm taking the sum of the original column and not actually the sum after dropping NA. So if you want to refer to existing columns in a meta chain, you don't do it like this, you add lambdas. Lambda df like here, and lambda df like that. And so you will see you get a different result, and that's a very typical pattern. You see a lot of tutorials taking this kind of pattern. People like it, people don't like it. That's a bit a matter of like of taste. But there are quite some other libraries that try to work around the fact that you don't have native expressions in Python, delayed evaluation. You don't have that in Python by having a way to create an expression. And so you have PySpark, Polars, that are examples of libraries that have a call function that allow you to refer to a column and then build up an expression from that. There are some other libraries like IBIS, Suba that have a kind of a magical object like an underscore that you then can also use to refer to a column. So I was wondering at the sprint, is this something that we would like to have for pandas? I did a quick experiment and that seemed to work. Very basic, it doesn't do that much, but it allows you to combine different columns and even methods like if I would like to have some letters here from taking the date column and then the dd.hour. Doesn't make any sense, but there is another vegetable. So that also works. You could even do horrible things like then doing an apply and putting a lambda in here by, let's say that I want the square root of this syntax error. Here, yeah. Thanks for the wrong place.
Time's up.
Place. Like that.
Thank you very much. Do we opening now? Ooh, nice. Okay, on stage. Oh, Chuk, scorecard. Why you should use it?
Of course, yes.
Should I read everything? Like for OSS maintainers, how to make sure your project follow the best practice for...
Abstract. That's the abstract.
That's the abstract.
About it, yes.
Okay, you know everything. Oh, by the way, something I forgot to mention, we're going to use the mooing today for Time's Up. So be ready.
Oh, okay. The dice? 3. What is 3?
Too hot to handle.
Ooh, is it?
Use the gloves.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me pick the name, and we're good to go. Please be ready to get on stage. Richard, Shadrach, horrible users of Pandas Apply.
Oh, why is
Is it here?
Can I?
Are you here, Richard? Fantastic.
Why is
Thank
it
you.
not working? Do I have to fix it with this?
Ooh.
Oh, I can't. Oh, it's not connected. What? Okay.
Let me help you there.
How does it work?
No worries. It's like
Oh,
the
it's
cable.
this one. Oh, I plugged in the wrong thing.
Why you can do that?
Because they used that one during my workshop.
Yes, enjoy.
Is it?
Take it away.
Yeah.
Where's the mooing?
This is very informative, so please grab this slides, and there's the link there. You can see everything after I have clicked in away. So why should you use scorecard? So what is scorecard? So you can see the duck there doing that, and it's like basically, oh my god, my button is so small. Okay. So who is the maintainer of an open source project? Oh, there's quite a lot of you. Great. That's good. Okay. Who thinks they have a good security practice of their project? 1 hand, confidence, 2 hand, 3. Okay, that's good. Like I was expecting 0, which is great. So we are here to help. So OpenSSF is basically focused on open source security. So if you're a maintainer, that's highly relevant to you. And so we are part of Linux Foundation. We are not trying to grab your detail and send you email and like trying to get you to buy us things. We have blog and newsletter. You can check what's new there and what's the new standard, like, or any security problems that we have found. They're free courses. If you're a maintainer, you may want to know about 6 store. So that's the second one is for you. And we have Open SSD in Bilbao, which is great. So yeah, I know some of you like Bilbao. And so Scorecard actually is like created and maintained by the community, so it's an open source project. And actually, it's like there's a GitHub action there that could run like in the pipeline, and then it will give you a score to check whether you have a good practice in your your project, to see like, so your user will be very happy that you get a good score, so they can be rest assured that the project is safe. So what is the scorecard checking? So there's like a bunch of things. So some of them is like, do you protect your branch? Can you like force push to main or something like that? Or do you have like CI pipeline? I'm sure a lot of you do. And do you update the dependencies quite frequently? So those kind of things that like, this is not the explicit list. So if you want to check, go to the link to check the whole list. So yeah, grab these slides. If you have questions, talk to me. If you want me to help you to set it up, you can also talk to me. I'm always there to help. You can also find me online in those kind of places. And I will be in the sprint tomorrow. So yeah, just come grab me and talk to me. See you.
Amazing. Thank you. That was George Handel, wasn't it? Thank you. Amazing. You were done.
So you're a beginner.
Yes.
Do you want to play?
Yes.
Yes.
Ha! The switch.
Oh, that's not HDMI.
Oh, it looks like a 1. Good. So,
Do we have HDMI?
it's a 5. So 5 is near mint, meaning, where are the mints?
Is there HDMI?
Okay.
HDMI?
So it means you're safe and you get a mint if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. 1 mint, not the whole full package. I'm going to give you Italy. I'll give you a mint later. Let's take the cauldron. Sorry, let me just pick a name here. Which, you forgot the only duty you have. Come on.
I'm not a smart witch.
No. Thank you very much. So, Philip. Dan Glue. Joins from hell. Philip Cloud. Are you here? Amazing. Thank you. Take it away.
I'm Richard Shadrack. I'm a Pandas core developer. Early on in my contributions to Pandas, I tried cleaning up apply and made some good progress, but ran into a lot of bizarre behaviors. And one of the things I've been wanting to do is to be able to fix some of these behaviors, but we're a little bit worried that they might be noisy changes. And so I just wanted to demo some of the odd behaviors that I've been working with. And just to ask the audience, what do you think? Do you want Pandas to fix these things or just leave them alone? When I use apply in my own work, for the most part, when you need to use apply, it works pretty well. But in the cases where users are turning to apply when there's probably better methods, they can be doing some weird things with these and be impacted by some of these weird results. So off we go. And again, these opinions are A, my own only, and B, these examples are a little bit synthetic. All right, start off with a simple one, a small data frame, and just do apply sum. Everything looks just as normal. You get the same exact result if you did dot sum. If I do with a list, I could do multiple aggregators, and this is just one of them. But you'll notice that it's not quite the same. You took a transpose, so now the columns are going across the top, and I have sum in my index. Does that bother anyone, or is it just me? I don't know. But if we were to change this, it would be a little bit of a noisy change. Things get a little bit more interesting when you start applying some weirder functions. If you apply string, what you're seeing here is really the repr for each of these series, A, B, and C, all contained in a series themselves. So this is a series of strings, each one just having the repr. Now, if I take apply and I do a list of strings, you get a completely different result now. Now you basically get your data frame back. The D type is different. These are going to be object D types. They're holding, Python strings on the inside. But it's quite different behavior than when you didn't have a list. Things get even weirder, though, if you apply list. So now, in this case, when I apply just list, I actually wind up back with the same exact data frame. And this should be the case for any input at all. If you apply list, you just wind up back with the same exact data frame. Under the hood, what's going on here is apply is guessing that you're trying to do a transform. It gets back this list, like for example, for column A, it gets back the list of 1, 2, 3, and it says, that looks like a transform. I'm just going to put it in for column A. And so you get back the exact result you started with. If you put list inside a list, though, now you get something a bit different. Now you get a data frame. Again, just like before when we did sum in a list, you get the columns ABC, and it's actually treating this one like it's an aggregator. And so you actually get Python lists inside your data frame here. You also have the case, if I just take a single column and I call ag on a string, it will produce a series with just your repr here. If I instead select just a series and then call ag on a string, you actually get one of our deprecation warnings. This is from Terji helping me clean this up. We will be changing this behavior in Pandas 3.0. Right now, today, though, ag with a string argument, it returns back pretty much your original series, except D type's now object. They're actually Python strings. So this is pretty different behavior from when you have a data frame and you do ag string. And the last one I'll show with ag, if I instead apply a lambda and do x.sum, I actually get 6. Did I mean to show? Oh, okay. Yeah, so the difference between having string here returning back your series versus having a callable with x.sum, this actually does aggregate, unlike the applying, or sorry, agging the string. And then last one, I'll just do one quick example with group by apply. This is another one that I've really wanted to fix for a while. Oh, I have brought it.
Sorry.
I'll just run these two really quick and show what to do. Thank you.
Poor broccoli. They've been smashed in the series. Sorry.
Wait.
Take it away. Let's pick the next name, otherwise I forget again. Cool. Thank you, Witch. We have Mark Garcia, Pandas Races. Be ready if you're here. There you go.
Which one is the...
No, wait. You have to wait for your outcome, which is 2. Oh, fantastic. Swimming in the Riot River. Haha. It means that during your talk, if you stop swimming, your time will be over. Sorry. So you have to swim the whole time.
That's not going to work.
You can use the ointment if you want, but not necessary.
Okay. Okay.
You're allowed to use one arm, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But only to change slide.
Okay. In true Lightning talk form, I decided to not talk about joins and instead talk about something completely different, Nix, which is a package manager. Who here has heard of Nix? Okay.
Now have encouragement of swimming, please.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now I need to type some stuff. So who here has ever tried to build a project using CMake? Fair number of people. Who here has enjoyed that process? Someone raised their hand. Okay, that's crazy. So one of the things that's really nice about Nix is that you don't actually have to know specifically what dependencies you need to build or to pull in to build your project, right? So here I found a bug in DuckDB. I want to try to build something with it. I want to try to build it. This is really distracting.
I know.
And
you can use the gloves if you like.
the what?
The gloves.
No, that's.
Keep swimming then.
Okay. Anyway, I've got all of the build inputs that I need for DuckDB, and so DuckDB has a nice make file in here, and I can just run make j nproc, and I don't have to think about anything about what sort of came up here. Now, this is running not on my laptop, it's in a cloud machine. So we're just gonna go over to another problem. Who here has tried to build Arrow from Arrow C++ from source and enjoyed it? Yeah, okay. All the hands went down. So we're gonna try to do the same thing with Arrow here. And now in Nix, it's called EuroCPP because of PyArrow. We're going to pull in all the build inputs, which are whatever they are, and then we're going to run our CMake thing, or sorry, our, if I can remember this, maybe it's in the clipboard, great. And now we're starting to build Arrow, and let's see if it works.
You can swim in this time, you know that.
It's doing something, I don't know what it's doing, maybe it's trying to download XMD, I don't know, okay, it did something.
Do you really swim that way? Like that? Okay. Yes. Don't go swimming then.
Okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, so now we're building Arrow, right? I mean, we don't have like the zillion, build whatever flag or enable Arrow whatever flags, but we'll get at least a minimal working version of Arrow. Let's see if DuckDB's finished building. All right, it's close. It looks like it's linking the executable. Chug, chug, chug. It's probably going to be really slow now because I'm using all the cores to build Arrow. This is ridiculous. Is it done yet? Go. Okay. So now let's see. What do we have? Build, release, DuckDB. All right. Now we can read some data out of that DuckDB that we just built. We didn't have to think at all about what went into that build. Okay, it looks like we built Arrow 2. There's no executables with the default build, so all you get is an SO, which you can do things that I'm not going to do up here. And that's it. I probably drowned.
Thank you very much. Playing with us? Go ahead. Andrea G, probably left. Oh no, you're here. Oh, you Andrea G. Why G? Ah, I see. Yes, you're not in Italy, you know that. So what's the paginator? No, sorry, I genuinely can't read your handwriting. Okay, so be ready for next one. And what's the outcome for Mark?
3.
It's a 3. What's 3 again?
I think
Too hot to handle.
it's a live demo, so I'm not sure we are gonna.
Nice. You ready for? I'm ready with the Moog. Take it away.
Yeah, I think I should change that. Yeah, I think can I pick this one instead for the live demo?
Okay.
Okay.
1 and 1. Okay, good. Works
Yes,
for me.
yesterday this was about just races, but since I had one more day since I proposed the Lightning Talk, today it's just a whole Olympics on data frames. Why is that? Historical context. Pandas was lonely and a bit bored until recently, but now we got lots of friends, lots of competition.
I need to give them this.
So we're not that bored anymore. So I organized a data frame 100 meters competition, but yeah, if you've been in the keynote this morning, you know that Polars was faster based on the benchmarks. So yeah, like that's a bit sad for Pandas core developer like me. I found an easy way to be as fast as Polars, that is import Polars as PD. Yeah. The whole Olympics would be over because we would be always as fast as Polars. So I decided the data frame shot put competition. That the rules is like, well, yeah, I'm not going to cheat anymore. So just like import pandas, not the polar bear. Then we get a data frame that represents the ball, the weight that you want to throw. And then we got like the distance that it can be up to 10. Everything is a lambda, everything is a function. So this is like the game how we're going to play. And now let's play. The idea is that we need to get the ball as far as possible in our pipeline. So if we throw it on this pipeline, the function pipe, like we do one step, we return a data frame, it doesn't crash. I can go a bit further, just inspired by Richard's talk. I can call ball. It is the, oh, this false. I don't think that was supposed to work, but Anyway, let's try another one. Oh, type error. First argument must be callable. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's the why. It is not working. Live demo. So yeah, this had to be 2. Sorry for the live demo. Yeah, this still works. So now I need the public. I have some pandas stickers for whoever can tell me more methods that we can add to our pipeline, and we are trying to reach 10. Okay, that I think he said ACK. Let's try that. Okay, this still works. Map. Oh, yeah, not interesting, but it doesn't work because this is a data frame. It would be valid for series. Anything else?
Sort by.
Sort by?
Sort.
Sort by. Sort by? Okay. Have a sort values. I don't think it's happy with the function. Okay, let's do. Rename. Oh. Sad. Let's try another one. Cheating, had a bit more time to find. Transform. Set index. It's going to be happy with oops. Fingers, no. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, I'm going to add another one, equal, that works. Change the data frame. The rules of the game is replace, and we are in 7. Oh, anything else? I'm going to use not equal. That's kind of easy. Someone said some. And we are at 7, 8. No. Any more? Almost there, we did grade 7.
Thank you, Mark, very much. I forgot to give the mint to the one who won it. Who was the first timer? I was looking for you. Do you want a mint? Yes. Sorry, totally my bad. Come and pick it up. It's all yours. You definitely deserve it. A big round of applause, please. You want to?
Sure.
Of course. Thanks, Königsberg, for providing our mints, by the way. Okay. So let's roll dice first, and then we pick the name for the next one.
I'm super scared.
You should be.
Yes. Oh, 5.
You're saved. No, you get a mint again.
Okay, I mean, it's okay.
I need to change the switch. Okay, so next in line is... Oh, Jill. I don't remember how to write a loop in Bash. Take it away, Andrea. You have 4 minutes.
Hi, guys. Who need to share Jupyter notebooks and documentations to people? Raise your hands. That's great. So how do you do that? You send by email, probably? No, I hope not. So basically, in MDPI, we had this problem to share some documentations and some notebooks to people. And we found like a super easy solutions to do that. And it's really, I think, interesting. We're using mkdocs in this case to build like a really simple website where we share, for example, some notebooks here, as you can see. These are notebooks, and it's, I mean, there is no Plotly here, but it's really interactive also. There is also documentation. You can go there, download the PDF, and you have the documentation. How do you do that? So basically, it took me like half of a day building these kind of things. It's really quick forward, straightforward. So basically, you have these Jupyter notebooks here. You have this documents page, okay, in Markdown, where you can link the notebook in HTML. You can also, for example, go there and open in a full page, okay, if you want. And of course, you have, yes, and you have an iframe inside mkdocs written in Markdown. And you can basically share everything that you want with your colleagues, with your people in your organization. In this case, it's behind, of course, our authentication system, so you cannot access on these kind of things. And how you do that? Basically, you have this guy, Jupyter NB Convert, okay? Everything is automatically built by a CI/CD pipeline, really, really, really easy. So you basically, you put your notebooks inside a folder, you convert it in HTML without the code, and you build a small Docker image with Nginx at the end, and magically you have your website with everything inside. You just need to adapt a little bit of CSS, but I think it's really, really, really easy to have like a beautiful page. You can also change color or search for stuff. And all the people can access to your documentation and everything that you need really, really easy. It took me like 30 minutes, no, half of a day to build this, so it's really straightforward. And that's it. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Right. Thank you. While Jill is setting up, can we roll a die, please? And here we got a...
1.
Is it 1? Yeah, it's a 1. So, magic words. We have... Okay, now it's time for you to interact, finally. This time with 3 words. So, whenever Jill, who is going to talk about Bash, and so the title of the talk is, I don't remember how to write a loop in Bash. So which word should we pick for Jill?
Loop.
The which suggests is loop. Is that okay?
We need 3.
We need 3. Bash, okay. 4, okay. 4 loop bash. Every time you hear Jill saying one of these words, can you please quack for me? Thank you very much. Let me take Professor Dak here to remind you that you should quack. Pick the next name. Andrea Meloncelli, I guess he left, did he? Okay, so we need to take another one. Okay, first timer, probably the last we have. Thank you for playing with us. Matthias, data load intro. Are you here, Matthias? Amazing. Okay, be ready. Jill, you have 4 minutes. Good luck.
My name is Gil, like the global interpreter lock. And I don't remember how to write a for loop in Bash. Does anyone here know how to write a for loop in a Z shell-like language? No, no one does. Anyone who's raising your hand, you're lying. You're going to look it up on Stack Overflow. I know this to be true. So this is my shell. It's not Bash. But it sometimes looks that way. You can do things like you would in Bash. You can ls, you can ls-l. All of this works fine. But I like writing for loops in Python. So this is conch. It's a Python Bash superset language and shell prompt. So it lets you write things like for loops in Python, but you can still interact with all the sub-process commands. Basically, it's abstracting away all those like annoying arguments you have to pass to set up the pipes to sub-process module. It just does it automatically using context-aware parsing, which is an abomination, but it's a useful abomination. So you can do things like this, and then you can perhaps say you want to echo that variable. That actually doesn't work because you need to have a little bit of context for something like this to work. But you can wrap it in an I, and then you'll get the value you want there. Sorry, an @ sign. Or you might want to multiply it by something like some ducks. And that works too.
That's the quack, I guess.
So you have, this is actually, it looks like a shell, it behaves like a shell, but it's actually a full Python interpreter, which means you can do things like you can do in your Python interpreter. You can do all sorts of things. You can even, create some files that are actually just the names of whatever random values you get from NumPy. And you're like, well, how am I going to clean that up? That's going to be kind of a pain. So you can use some nice recursive globbing syntax to get everything you wanted, for instance. Notice that's a list, which you know what to do with lists. So we might want to do that, and in fact, glob for, maybe do F. And then we'll just remove all those files. And now they're gone. I didn't have to remember how to use like -z, and yeah, I could have like grepped and done some xargs rm, but this is nicer. Let's see. You can, if I import getPass, you can do some fun things with Python context managers inside of your shell. So if you ever had to like put a password in an environment variable before you run something, but you have to remember to kind of clean it up before you like expose your environment to people like on a live stream or something. So you can do this instead and then say echo, I mean this is a bad idea, but you normally wouldn't echo the environment variable that's there, but you can do that, and then if I type in my password, you'll see that it is of course Hunter2. But if I go to echo that again, it's gone, because it only exists within the context manager, and then it gets wiped out of the environment after that, the blocks the context manager is over. I was going to show you something else.
1 minute.
Yeah, we'll get there. Brain, vegetables, I had the vegetables. Oh, right. A couple things. I can echo my path, and my path is like actually kind of messed up because I messed it up for this. Have you ever tried to like remove items from your path that aren't at the beginning or the end? Like it's kind of a pain, right? You either copy and paste, you kind of guess the number of characters. You ever tried to like split a bash string on a 9 whitespace character? That sucks. But my path isn't a string. It's actually getting desugared into a string for the purposes of subprocess compatibility. My path is a list, which means I can do things like pop off arbitrary elements so that I no longer have all these duplicates. Probably too many there, but. And now if I echo my path, it's what I expect it to be without all the duplicates in there. I can also insert it into arbitrary positions, sort of do whatever I want. So that's conch. I'm bad at marketing. I forgot. That's the website if you want to check it out, or you can pip install conch. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Gil, very much. Okay.
Do you want to play?
My talk might become impossible.
Might become impossible?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you. If you don't want to play, that's very fine.
Yeah, sure.
Let's play.
Okay. Ace Courage here. You got a 4. What's 4 again? Oh, the ointment. You have to use every time you change the slide. Oh, the next one is, do we have time? Yes, we do. I need my glasses. No, I don't. Jask Expert from Jacob Tomlinson. Are you here? Amazing. Get ready. 4 minutes. Take it away.
Yeah, so I'll be talking about data-led. What's data-led? Imagine, yeah, you're all familiar with Git. You have to manage some data. You can't put your data in Git. How would you version it? Data-led is built on Git Annex. It's an extension to Git to manage your data in Git with your code. So it's distributed version management for data. There's my name on there. You can find more info on dataled.org. That's like the slide change I have. We will look at a quick demo. So imagine you have some project, you have some data here, some CSV file, you want to plot that. Here's a quick Python script for that. Well, you can do that, but now if you find out, your plot script is wrong, what would you do? You would update it, you would make a commit, you would track that. But what if your data is wrong? So let's say we want to change our data here that should be 1, 2, 3 instead. Maybe your data generation process was wrong. Now you don't even know if the plot you generated was generated with the old data, with the new data, if it's right or wrong, you don't know. So that's where data-led comes in. You can create a data-led dataset here. You will see that's effectively a Git repository with some other stuff. It will be in a dirty state at first. Then I will just delete that thing. You can add your script. You can data-led save, which will just create a new commit that records these changes. Now we are in a clean data set. You can data-led run the plot command we used before to plot your data again. This time you will see that, first of all, we have automatically created a commit here. There, which is tracking like what did I execute here, in which data set, what were the input files, output files, in which directory. You can add a commit message, this command you executed by default, and you will see now we have created our plot here, and that file is actually tracked in Git. Like you have the Git annex, which is a content address store, and in Git itself, there's stored a symlink to this content address store. If, again, we realize our data's wrong, we can update it. So maybe we change that back. Now we can save that, and we will see if we show the log for our plot that actually this is older commit. And if we look at what the data was like at that commit, we'll see that, this is not the data we currently have in our repository. We can then automatically rerun our plot script, and we will see it will plot our data new. I didn't even show those plots, so maybe let's do that. It's effectively just that. Like I said before, we can also, if we see our plot is wrong, we actually wanted to plot like A against B or something. We can update that. We add that, we save again, we rerun again, and we will have the correct plot for the data we tracked. And all that is, the process of what I just did is documented inside commit messages in this repository. Since this is Git, you can also just clone your data set. This doesn't have to be local. This can be also remote. There are many different places where you can store the actual data then. And you will see that the files aren't really there yet. These are broken symlinks, and you have a to
Thank you very much, Matthias. Amazing job for first time. So, Jacob, you're the last one. Are you willing to play? That's a very Italian way to roll a dice, actually. Okay. Okay, so probably people don't see there. You should re-roll. Shall we re-roll? It was a 3, which is too much to have. Gloves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use gloves. That's...
Nice.
Rolling will be interesting. I might use one glove.
No.
I might.
Sorry. Chaotic. Take it away. 4 minutes. It's all yours.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if anybody's paying attention to the keynote this morning, you'll have heard that one of the cool things in Polars is the expression, the way it deals with expressions, right? So you write your code, and it casts that into, constructs that as an expression, and then does some optimization on that. Sorry, the gloves are really throwing me off. If you're a Pandas user, you don't have that, right? we work on Dask, and Dask wraps pandas. We try and mimic that API. So it allows you to do silly things. Well, that works. That's great. So we can do really silly things in Dask, like we can load a giant data set. We can then apply a filter to it. We can then do an operation on it. And then we can like grab a specific column. And that'll be very inefficient, right? We're going to read all of that data. We're going to filter all of that data. We don't do any optimization on that. We expect the user to do that optimization. So something that a few folks within Dask have been working on recently is an expression API for Dask. So instead of doing using Dask data frame, you can go and pip install Dask expressions. This is like a new library that we have in our like Dask contrib repo. And the API is intended to be the same kind of thing. So you construct your data frames, but before it constructs an expression of all the operations you want to do. And then before actually converting that into like a Dask graph and then creating all the like pandas tasks, we do that kind of simplification and optimization. So we can do the predicate push down and those kind of things within Dask. And so if you do the same kind of thing with Dask expressions, it will simplify that, right? It will move everything up into the read parquet call, doing the filtering and the column selection and that kind of thing. So this is like super new. A few people have been working on this for a couple of months. But we're kind of at the point now where I need to click a tab. I'm just going to click a tab. I'll go back to pressing space now. You can find the, no, I'm not. I'm going to make the thing bigger because that's really tiny. There we go. You can go find the repo on GitHub. You can pip install or conda install the library. And I think if I scroll down a bit, there's like a big list of all the things from Dask data frame, /pandas that we support. We've got pretty good API coverage. And things are at the point now where we need people to go and try this out, right? Pull this into your existing Dask data frame code and see what breaks, see what challenges you run into, give us feedback, open issues. The like end goal ultimately for this is that we pull out Dask data frames kind of current implementation from Dask and we'll pop this in its place. And hopefully this should be better and more performant. But we need to get this to like a good state of maturity before we can do that. Also, one of the folks working on this really actively is also a pandas maintainer. So there's some exploration into like maybe this could go into pandas. It'd be really cool to think about that. But yeah, open issues if you have any feedback or thoughts or bugs or anything like that, and we'd love to hear from you. So that's it.
Right, thank you so very much for today. Thank you. Can I have, please, a big round of applause to all the speakers today? They bared with my shenanigans, so thank you so very much.